Ron Musgraves, guys, here, Pressure Washing Institute. Hey, guys, today I'm going to show you how we used to keep our stuff organized in our vehicles. We use smartphones now, but, I mean, we used to use this binder here. As a matter of fact, it's so dusty. How long since we've used them, since we transferred everything paperless. It's funny because I found this. We haven't had a Pro Power Wash pen. I don't know how long. This thing here is an antique, but I'm going to set it over there. But what this is that's just like a little thing for them with the school deal. They got their pens in there and some paper clips and some things like that. And you know, we used to take that to school with when we were in grade school. Here's the contents of this folder. Basically, it has the front cover sheet, which is the pencil in the pouch, pencils, rubber bands, binder clips, paper clips. It basically tells them everything that they needed in there. Then they have the laminated sheets, and this isn't the contents for the guys. This is the contents for the office people to know what these things have to have in them. Because believe it or not, they would come back to us with things missing, and as you can see, there's the list of things that are in there. Now, these things are way back when, and we used to use these. And what would happen is when our work orders weren't electronic like they are now, what would happen is we'd have these series of things that would be on them. And what the guys would do is obviously, this one being the most important one here, they would have to telephone in our 800 line. Instead of now everything's done electronically through GPS. We don't have to worry about any of this stuff anymore. It's kind of steps that are non-important. And then this is funny because there you go. You got the customer service. If you had a regular inspection, I mean, obviously it would give you instructions over here on what to do on the right-hand side. I don't know what this note's doing here. Been here for a long time probably. But then obviously, you know, you would have this one here, and this says call Ron, but basically you would call whoever was on call that night, and, you know, if they had some type of special instructions that they thought they couldn't get, or the gals in the office, you know, couldn't put it down verbally, they would be told to call the salesperson. And then obviously these are lists of ways that they would prioritize some of the jobs. Like this one here, it needs to be done basically before any selected jobs, which means any other regular jobs in the queue, that those jobs would go first. And then obviously we have our nightly checklists, that these are actual things for the drivers. These pages are all laminated, as you can see, so that they wouldn't get them. Obviously these are MSDIA sheets that are in here, I believe. Yep, that's what that was. And then this is funny because when we didn't have an app, we had to have the list of the diesel fueling stations. And we had a list of those, and every driver had one of those, which I thought it was kind of funny. And then this surface cleaner is so good. We love it, but it goes through a lot of parts. So what we would do is that we would actually wind up using this parts list here so that the drivers could just indicate us by number what they needed. Obviously there's more of the parts list for the surface cleaner. And then these here are contact phone numbers from all the employees that we have, and basically they would have a list of all the employees. Back then, this list was about close to 3 pages. And then obviously they would have their maintenance work orders in here that they would fill out. A variety of things. These here, this is going way back when on here on these as far as the dates go, because I'll tell you what, Allstate, I take that back. Allstate was my high liability coverage, and we only had 2 trucks that were high liability coverage. I'm not going to get into that today because some of you guys are going to go, what do you mean high liability coverage? Well, we had vehicles that were listed as a lower liability. And then we had we had two vehicles that if we noticed throughout the years that we'd have long-standing good employees, and they would get into situations where they may get too many tickets, and then they couldn't drive for our normal carrier. So we would have to switch them to our high liability units, which cost us more money to insure them with. But we felt it was something that was important, because if we felt like we were going to put them in one of these trucks, they were worth keeping. And they just had some issues. One guy was really silly because he was working for us for about 3 years, and then the insurance company caught this alcohol possession in a moving vehicle like 5 years after he started working for us. And he did this when he was in college, when he was like 19. And it's not a DMV report, it's actually a criminal offense in Arizona to be operating a vehicle with open alcohol in the vehicle. And he was driving, and he was also a minor, and that was the problem, because I think back then you could actually even operate the vehicle with alcohol in the vehicle. I think because he was a minor, it went on him as a criminal offense, but because it was in a motor vehicle, the insurance company still looked at it, which was kind of stupid, because it had nothing to do with his actual driving record. But he was worth keeping. He did a lot of our new construction. Really good guy. He's moved on to a payroll company now and making really good money, and most of my employees that are like that are really good, I still keep in contact and know what they're up to. Obviously, these are just some of the various vehicle registrations. In this particular one, we would include all of them. I think there was probably at that time, I'm guessing we probably had I don't know, I would say 10 trucks at that time, and these are all the different registrations that would be in the vehicle, and we would put all those registrations in the vehicle at the time. And I'm not going to go through them all, but there they all are right there. And we would put them in the vehicle, so we wouldn't have any issues, and every driver would have every registration, just in case. We found out that putting them in the vehicle, they would wind up losing them. This here is just as simple as it was. This is a sign-off sheet for service. If it was required and necessary, 9 times out of 10 we never got sign-offs, because most of the time we were there when somebody wasn't there, or we just didn't want to fulfill that part in our agreement because it just wasn't worth it to do it. Those are some of basically, this is my it's not my let's say handbook for employees. These are just some of the things that we had in the vehicle. What's funny is as technology changed, we started taking pictures and things with Polaroids. And now these SD cards, because we have smartphones, I've got loads of them, and we don't even use those anymore. Rare occasion that we'll take a camera with an SD card. We used to have these things, and the girls have to come in and they have to process them. Now with everything clouded, we've just moved so far ahead, and things have become so automated that it makes it really nice. But this is guys, this is basics, man. And if you've got to get to this, if this is what you got to do right now, I highly suggest that you do it rather than be disorganized and not do it. I just throw a little tidbit in here. I got a Father's Day card considerably early this year, but I guess they didn't want to forget, and obviously they drew on it and signed it for me, which is kind of cute. But those are from my little younger girls. Kind of funny. Well, hey, Ron Musgraves, Pressure Washing Institute. Hope you enjoyed that little tutorial of how we used to do it back in the day. You guys have a great day. Over and out. Ron Musgraves, Pressure Washing Institute.